Hello everyone, my name is Cynthia, and today I will be introducing the flute to you. The flute has a range of just over 3 octaves, typically ranging from C4 to D7. Most beginner flutes will have this range. However, as flute players continue to advance in skill level, they will often switch to a B foot joint, which expands the lower end of their range to a B3. The flute, being such a versatile instrument, offers a variety of possible techniques. On the flute, you can perform many kinds of articulation, including legato, this is a staccato scale, and this is the double tonguing scale. In addition, the flute also allows for the possibility of performing extended techniques, such as sing and play, harmonics, and many more. This is a trill, this is a 2-note tremolo, and here is just the flute generally in context. I love playing the flute for a variety of reasons. First and foremost, like I mentioned before, the flute is a very versatile instrument, meaning that it can be played across a multitude of genres of music, including classical, contemporary, jazz, and many more. I love playing the flute because it allows me to easily explore all kinds of music. The flute also has a beautiful sound, especially when performed in a big auditorium. We as flute players often like to joke about how no one hears us over the loud noises of the ensemble, but the truth is, we can play just as resonantly as any other instrument can, and when we do, the sound quality is undeniable. Of course, learning any instrument comes with its challenges. For me, as well as many other beginners when we first start, learning the embouchure, or the mouth shape required to play the flute, was the most difficult to pick up. This is because the flute embouchure requires the activation of certain facial muscles that we don't usually use in our everyday lives. And using the wrong muscles can potentially make our tone quality tense and small. However, this can definitely be improved with a lot of practice. Another challenge many beginners face is breath control. Because the flute is played by blowing more or less across the tone hole rather than down into the instrument, that means that the flute provides no resistance. Without resistance, breath control becomes a lot more difficult because the air does not come back to you. This is why many beginners start out by just practicing holding out a long note for as long as possible as a way to train and strengthen their lungs, so that eventually they can play much longer phrases in their music. Despite all the challenges, however, I genuinely believe that playing the flute is incredibly rewarding. Being in the band exposes you to all sorts of different musicians in a great community of people who love music, who are all there to uplift and support you. Playing music together can also bring an indescribable kind of joy that you won't know unless you experience it yourself. So, my advice to anyone who is considering learning the flute, do it. I've learned so much and met so many great people through this instrument, and I wouldn't trade this experience for the world.